Oh, hi there, and welcome back to One of Swords TV. I'm Dan Emmerich, and I'm slightly better this week, and I'm back in my office here at Activision. And I'm going to try to answer some of your questions. You can send your questions to YouTube at oneofswords.com. I'll do my best to answer them on the air if I can. I admire some of the depth of the questions I've been getting. Sometimes it's stuff that I can't comment on because I'm not allowed to talk about it. Sometimes it's things that I can't comment on because it would be foolish for me to talk about it, and people would assume that I'm talking on behalf of Activision when I would be expressing a personal opinion, and sometimes I'm just plain old ignorant. So if your question does not get answered, I apologize. You may still be asking the correct question, but I'm simply not able to, answer for whatever reason. I think I can answer this one from Tinsovaldo Mendoza. He says, what makes you want to pre-order a game? Is it the game concept or the game developer? For example, I didn't pre-order Defiance because I really didn't like what Trion had done before, and it's a TV tie-in. I worry about movie game tie-ins as they're usually rushed, and I figured a TV show tie-in would be even worse, in my opinion, of course. But I will be pre-ordering Destiny because I have more knowledge and I have more confidence in Bungie. A little bit about Defiance. I'm not sure if it's any shorter of a development time for something that's that long. Consider the amount of time, a movie is, 2 hours when it's done. A television show is 22 hours, like something like Defiance, an hour-long weekly drama for a full season, or maybe, 130 hours, 13 episodes at an hour apiece, 13 hours, not 130 hours. So I'm not necessarily sure I buy your TV series things that be rushed, but I think that, personally, when I pre-order a game, it's a little bit of both. I mean, it sounds like a cop-out answer, but I think it's fair. I think that we all react to that kind of stuff. You look at a developer's pedigree. You look at, did I enjoy their games before? Would I want to see what they do next? I feel that way about Dave Jaffe. I've always liked his games way back to Twisted Metal. I liked War of the Monsters. So when he says, "Hey, I'm working on a new game," I generally pay attention just because of his pedigree. And then, the game concept. Absolutely. I've bought games on concept that I was just like, this looks like my kind of fun. Perfect example is Naughty Bear. The idea of homicidal teddy bears was hilarious to me. I have a really sick sense of humor, and I thought, that's great. I played it. I pre-ordered it. I wasn't happy with it. I was hoping that there would be more from that game than there was. I wasn't very happy when I played it, but I did support it based purely on the concept and not based on the developer. So, I do think that either one is valid, and I think more often people do both. And I think this is why we see a lot of sequels, and why we see a lot of people supporting sequels. Buying Borderlands 2 for me was a no-brainer. I know Gearbox; they're a known quantity. I like what they do, and I really enjoyed the first Borderlands game. So my expectations were set both in terms of who was making it and what kind of experience I was going to get. I think this also benefits things like Call of Duty. People like the Call of Duty experience. They want something new, but they're looking for something familiar. And, some people like Treyarch more, some people like Infinity Ward more, some people don't care which one it is. But certainly there are expectations among the audience and really anticipation based on what those developers have delivered before. So, realistically, when it comes to pre-order goodies and things, I just bought Injustice this week. I got it through Best Buy because I wanted the goodies that they had offered, the Blackest Night and the Zombie DLC. But the actual decision to pre-order came from liking what I saw in the previews, knowing that NetherRealm had a history that I appreciated and that I liked, and being a DC Comics fan. So it was sort of, what is the game going to offer and who's going to make it? It was a total combination of those. So that's what leads me to pre-order rather than wait. I'm guessing that a lot of other people feel that way too, but of course it's a guess. You can let me know. Send it in the comments. They're right down there. It would be nice to have some good comments for once instead of just people screaming and yelling. So if you have a question that I can tackle about game culture, game industry, Activision to a certain extent, happy to do it, or at least try. Send it to YouTube at oneofswords.com. In the meantime, go to oneofswords.com. It's my website, and it has a whole bunch of stuff on it. Articles, giveaways, freebies, weekly podcasts, stuff you might like if you like games and if you like hearing me talk. But I'm going to stop talking now, and thanks very much for watching One of Swords TV. See you next week.